Hello, everyone.
All right. Yeah, hello. If we're recording, then
Yes,
The
last
splendid
session,
let's
sheep.
begin to think about doing stuff. Maybe at some point.
maybe.
Oh,
So
goodness.
so will you go at it, Sheep?
Yes, we could start thinking about last session, for example.
Hmm.
Because last session we didn't have Azurius, we did have Azurius, we didn't have DDS, so we were a man short. But last session we basically got into the Adarium thanks to our good old friend the Duke, who brought us in as servants. We got shown to our rooms and stayed there for a while the Duke was off discussing things in meetings and stuff, doing politics things, I suppose. And then after a while, we decided to at least start exploring around a bit. We still have a couple hours till Chagaman is supposed to be
I'm thinking we have a couple of
arriving.
hours. I think we have like
No,
20
no.
minutes or something.
Like 20
Well,
minutes. Yeah.
at that point in the recap, we still had a couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe. And then at some point, we started to explore around a bit, or more specifically, Marcus did by turning into an invisible cloud of mist. And he scouted around a bit, found most rooms empty. He found an alarm trap in one of the rooms where a wizard was supposed to be, but the wizard wasn't home. And also, he found that the ambassador group of the Iranian people is upstairs. We tried to get them to do something by basically having Marcus pretend to be a guard and like pretending to be a servant, not a guard, and dominating other servants and telling them, "Oh, you have to get out of here because everyone hates you."
I
But
was
they
gonna
were
say,
like,
wait, I was meant to be a guard?
Yeah. Yeah, it's servant, not a guard. But they were basically just like, I have to talk to this person or this person. And they were completely stubborn and stupid. So Marcus just left instead of doing something. And then we decided that we had enough of the waitings. So we tore down the walls between our rooms so we could buff each other. And then we went out and about and started hitting guards. The highest priority in that encounter was basically clothing the main entrance with a giant chain system that was supposed to lower a metal plate of sorts in front of the entrance, which Chiron set off to do right away. But apparently that chain was not meant for Chiron to pull or push or break, because it just refused. It's apparently only meant to be pulled by drakes, because Chloe did a very good job there. Anyways, the guards, despite being elite guards, weren't really a problem, so we just dismembered them slowly but steadily. And then we went off to go into the king's personal area through this enormous looking door thing that we just broke down. We found a number of things in here, most notably a trapped room with a empowered disintegration trap, as well as a safe, which turned out to contain the Libra Darren, that book that Fawn wanted, which was also trapped with a spell that didn't work against undead, and since both Zacharias and Marcus were there, it didn't really matter. We also found a secret stairway down that we activated and went down, and we ended up in a room full of lava and fire, which is surprising, and that's where we ended the session.
Have you turned the action on for the stream?
Yeah. I have not. I shall do it now.
As long as you're.
I am aware.
But we're talking about the pumpkins.
I don't care about the pumpkin. Let's kill a king.
Now we're just being mean again.
I'm mean to the king.
I guess people on YouTube won't get to see the pumpkin.
Are you the pumpkin?
Carved as
no, I made the pumpkin
as Way of the Wicked star.
Yeah. I purposefully did not have the map tool selected because I tend to scroll and zoom and do all that stuff while doing a recap to keep my mind occupied, and that is probably annoying to watch. And map tools isn't really that important right now anyways for the recap, I think. Who knows?
Yeah. So, you descended into a room. It's gradually getting warmer and warmer. You hear sort of a slow bubbling sound, like a bubble exploding almost, and then sort of a hiss of warm air escaping. You begin to feel a little dizzy as some sort of well, those of you who sort of are susceptible as such, as these heavy gases sort of ascend up through the corridor. You see that now in this room you go down into. It's fairly plain, really. There's a door in one end, and the rest has sort of been, well, half melted, really, as these pools are here. It does seem like they're sort of surrounded by slight sort of edge of obsidian-like stone, as if they're not naturally occurring here. Does any of you have knowledge geography?
Mm,
No.
One sec, I'm
Do
scrolling.
no, I do have the planes, if that's or nature.
No, I don't have geography either. Surprising. I need to put skill point in it.
Would
You know,
nature-
I'll give you that anyway. That you know that there's not really much volcanic activity in Talengard.
Hmm.
Sad. How am I
Well,
going to get...
Cash has a volcanic spirit in her.
Maybe you can talk to the lava.
Oh no, maybe she can breathe it in.
Breathe the
That's
lava.
Drink it all up.
I don't think.
So breathe the fume.
Mm,
And heal
delicious
from it.
fumes.
Lovely sulfur fluoride.
Well, let's. Zacharias wants to.
Just give me a second, because that is not all.
Oh,
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
ring the gong. Bong.
Because as you descend here, not disguised and all, you sort of walk down here and sort of take a quick eye around, spotting whatever enemies that might be here, and then you see that the room itself attacks you as the magma sort of sprays up, as big bubbles explode around the edges of it, spraying you with magma.
I'm glad we decided on fire resistance.
Let's see here.
Sirius disappears.
So
My wrong
would.
token was attached to the server.
Does this seem to be a deliberate attack by the lava, or is it just?
Give me a second. You had how many spells you had used already, Dark?
I have them written. I have my spells now marked in my main builder.
Because we're just gonna figure out find the. Yeah, all right. And this has a reflex save. Also, it comes from all of them, so yes, it does seem to be targeting you.
Mhm. Is this a spell-like effect or something?
Wow, that was so
bad. Let me find out for you.
I will.
It is not a spell-like effect.
19 is the lowest I could have rolled with.
I will roll in a
failing.
second. I
or
am just.
or a
okay.
divine spell. In what I think it
No,
is. But
it's not a spell. Although
Resist.
it is magical.
I have a feeling 19's not going to cut it.
Give me a second. I'm just going through and applying actors mods. Could replace my token.
I rolled a 2.
Shield of Faith is level 14. There we go.
I rolled the 2 as well.
What was it? Reflex.
Yep.
This is my element.
All right. Well, you're looking at a DC 26.
Oh,
Told you it's my element.
Two of you got it just on there. Who
Yeah.
failed, if any?
Kyron.
Aaron and Marcus.
Tyron and Marcus.
All right. Well, that is rather simple then. This is not for half damage, however. This is for not falling in the magma.
Oh, that's a problem.
Angma deals a lot of
how,
damage.
how
so let's see
exactly? Like, what, are we being pushed? Are we being grappled?
It's
Like,
like- it's
Basically,
grabbing
yeah.
us.
It basically, when you step down here, it begins to almost sort of boil and roar, and these it sprays you, but not only that, those who fail also do not notice the sort of the slithering, almost like snakes across the floor, trying to grab at you and pull you.
Manikai, I have
into the magma.
countless eyes to say what Cash has. I think she would have seen.
Well, you're fine. You're not being dragged in. You roll higher.
You're fine.
No, but
So let me finish this attack first,
oh,
because it does damage too.
oh,
As a matter
Plus
of
damage, that's ridiculous.
Impossible.
I mean, magma is kind of hot. I know this from experience.
fact. 3 fire.
That's it, everyone?
And
Yeah, we have fire HP as well as resistance.
Yeah, so that's 13 for my fire HP.
And then there's the
does evasion?
no. It is not for half,
You still take the damage here.
but you are not.
DDS, your fire shield comes before your resistance, so it's not 13 as the full damage.
77
Oh, yeah, true.
Should be your total.
120 minus 43 is 76.
And I'll just take you to the nearest sort of lava square.
This saddens me
Why am I hurt?
As
because
you
just
got hit
with
by
the
someone's sword before.
Oh, that.
And as Kyron marked basically, it's unpleasant to be sprayed with magma, even as this happens. It sort of hits you and dries quickly into this glass that's covering you. And and you suddenly feel there's just this jab as something strong is pulling you towards these crevices, and something from the larger pool rises up, sort of as a form out of the magma, looking angrily at you. It looks basically like an extension of the magma itself. It is a nude sort of female figure made of this, what seems to be incredibly hot glass-like sort of material, not as dark as the magma. It doesn't have the same edge on it either. From its surface, sort of heat and fire is raising in long tendrils. It is clearly aware of you and clearly does not like your presence very much. In you being here. As she rises up, you hear the voice. Sort of, it's like almost sweet, yet in a very sinister way. I am Bridgette of the Bridgine, born of earth and fire, and I have divined your wicked designs. The land itself will now begin to rise against you. How can you do anything but burn? The voice sounds as the magma sprays over you. And we begin combat.
She's pretty though.
You are right now, Kyron and Marcus are currently entrapped in magma.
I don't want to die again.
It does not count as flowing water. So now you're good.
You're fine, Jake.
Well,
I don't think I could make it to my cough. Well, unless we brought it with us.
We bring it with
We
us.
did. It's in
Yeah,
the
we did,
bag
duh.
of holding. You're just going to the bag
Yeah.
of holding if you're scared.
It's okay. Wait, what if I just turn into mist right here? She can't do anything to me, and then I
No.
just pop right out.
Turn mist and just go out and just get her.
Currently, you are entangled. You can apply that. And if you fail the next save, you become helpless.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Please, no. Condition entangled.
And that's basically a save at the beginning of your turn. It's a fortitude save, although for Marcus that, I suppose, will be a will save.
Okay.
If we were to grease them, would they catch on fire?
I don't think they would
They're
care
already
if they
You
did.
can't
fire.
grease the magma.
No, grease Marcus or...
Oh, they are on
Oh.
fire. Like they're touching magma.
Like I think if you can.
So that is not very. It is kind of dangerous.
Does vampire have the same weakness to fire as in mythology?
I don't think so.
Well, that's at least something.
Your will save seems very low with Jake for some reason.
No.
Yeah. Because
I don't get any like.
Oh, that's true. You don't have any.
My fortitude save is my good save.
Are you insane?
I
It's
get
plus 17.
I
What do
get
you
7. I get 7 from anti
I
paladin,
don't think
but
Yeah,
hell
you
knights
have
get
that's
save.
but hell knights get
So-
4 will saves. So
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Well, first of all, I would like Malachi to modify my HP change macro so I can actually use it,
Why can't you do that?
because it's set so players can edit, and then I can't use it.
There you go. What have you done with it?
I tried, if you remember, last session to heal myself up with my Lich Touch before we went down, but I couldn't. So I'm applying that here. Oh, someone apparently stepped forward somehow.
You're standing in the same place, like next to Cash, right?
Yes, I was standing.
Titus charges.
Welp.
She looks fun.
I guess Marcus can get out fairly easily, right? If he just turns to mist, he just floats away.
well,
Also,
it's
it's a
just,
40
yeah,
to save.
it's a standard action to become mist, and then it's then I can move 20 feet,
Yeah.
and then unmist as like a free action, I think.
Oh, that's plenty. What are you scared of?
Yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we're gonna kick off the aura because everyone needs a little help here, I think. Bridgette. She's standing in lava.
Over lava.
It's magma, not lava.
She is, yeah. Well, basically, her legs are kind of just indistinguishable from the.
So
She looks like she would be very, very hot to touch as well with natural attacks or grappling.
So we probably want
Probably
to. We probably want to get some flight up on the melee characters if they want to go out there and get her.
Too bad Azorius not as an ice oracle.
But yeah, I think.
Should be said, by the way, though, that her current power seems to be limited by the small amount of magma here. Probably if there were more magma, she'd be vastly more powerful. That's Sakurai knows a lot about planar creatures. She seems to exponentially grow more powerful with the amount of heat.
Would,
So if she were on the
would
plane of fire,
then
she'd be like a god.
Shut up.
Really,
Nick, I'm
really
talking. would applying some cold spells perhaps weaken her?
It doesn't seem so. Doesn't seem like she's weak to that sort of thing.
A fire creature is not vulnerable to cold, eh?
Not always.
Yes, let's just get rid of the magma if we can.
You want to
How do you
freeze-
propose that?
I
you
don't
want
know.
to freeze
Yeah, I
hell
don't
on-
have my
Problem.
I don't have my magma. I don't have my magma vacuum spell with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know in fact I can create 28 gallons of water, which is like 5 full squares, but that's not really
Do
gonna-
it.
The water is not going to do anything against magma.
It's not
Yeah, that's-
Minecraft.
It's going to make the room into a sauna.
No, we'll turn it all into cobblestone
No, it's not Minecraft.
or obsidian, depending on the still or flowing state of the lava, right?
It's only if
So.
it's a complete square.
Oh, that's true.
So-
Well, that is certainly very annoying. Would if I used wall of stone, could I block her off from the lava, like, or create a bridge of stone out to her?
No, you make a wall of stone.
Horizontal wall?
Yeah, it basically stands there, and there's a wall.
We can tip it over into lava and run on it.
I think it's actually fused into the
Yeah, I
floor.
think so too. Try to be creative with the spells here.
You stone sheep, really, I think.
DMs eat that shit up.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, let's try to do some damage then, shall we? Zacharias will pick out his piercing rod for this, and he will point it at her and cast Enervation. Also burning some Dwemer essence on this.
Long time no see, Innovation. How you doing?
Yeah, it's a classic. Well, let's see here.
There's a touch attack. Step 1.
6 plus mine. What touch does she have? That might miss, actually.
20.
It's your dex plus your base attack bonus, which is half your level.
That is
plus 10, 16.
Yep, that's a miss.
Shame.
Aura is running though.
Any movement?
I can float up a bit, so I hover over all of this, trying to get out of reach of the lava. How far up can I get?
How tall is the room?
It's like a standard room, like 10 feet. Something like that.
Yeah, a little bit off the ground, but
I will float 10 feet up here.
Currently, the arms did not manage to grab. Surprised that you've only sort of grabbed at Kyron and Marcus. Pulling them down. So, Kyron, a fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
get a +2 due to the aura of Zacharias in your head.
Yes, I should be able to make a fortitude save.
You do.
Yes, you just remain. You do not get pulled helpless.
So I'm still entangled.
And you can try
Yes.
to break free.
I could try to break free, which would be a... How would I break free?
Well, let's look at the entanglement spell.
Assuming I wanted to.
No, it's you are entrapped, so you can break it.
Strength check the lava.
Let's see here. You can make a strength check. It's a
No.
full round action to break free.
That's the only way.
Could I, for
Going for
example,
the DC of the ability.
Could I, for example, use Dimension Door?
You can. It is verbal only.
You can use spells with only verbal.
It is verbal only.
It is,
The
yes.
DC 20 concentration.
I...
You have a higher chance doing that than breaking like a level
Sure.
26 strength check.
Yes. I shall try to cast Dimension Door then.
And you have a +2 because of Zacharias. It gets +2 to
Yes.
basically all these rolls and stuff you do.
My cast level is 11, that's a 26. That is plenty. So I will Dimension Door, I suppose. Away!
You want to get
out.
some... Well, you can fly yourself, I suppose. You can just...
Yes.
Peer right over the lava next
I would have.
You can
I
be
wish.
right in her face, honestly, because you fly, so...
That is a good point. Dimension Door right in her face. I like that idea.
Of course, out of the lava now.
Can I do that, Malachi?
You wanna, like, you have a natural fly speed, right?
Yes.
Right, yeah. Then that's
Sure.
free.
Right in her face.
You can remove the entanglement.
Your lava bonds will not hold me, woman.
As the sort of cool of your body moves closer to her, a slight sheen of obsidian forms on her skin.
By the way, my aura
Damage
covers this
reduction.
entire room, so if
You
you're in
mean
the
like
room,
her
you'll-
arms is actually turning slowly into sharp blades of obsidian?
Oh, cool.
I don't think that's cool, Jonas.
It's hot.
So-
I mean, sorry.
So do you think...
Oh, temperature jokes. Whoa!
Well, you're number 2. I
It's
did
a bomb
first in the
blade.
chat. Said she was hot.
One blade.
Eld said it as well.
Go,
Yeah,
Marcus!
that's my turn. I can't
know.
act after Dimension Door.
No.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I
no,
will
Anyway, no way.
become mist, and then
But you only have to make a save first at the start of your turn.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter
Yeah.
though, because even if he is
Well, he's
completely...
helpless, he can't do anything.
He can turn
Right.
into mist.
it
doesn't require him to do
If
anything,
I'm
he's
helpless,
just-
I can't. No, it is a standard action. I can't. Just
I mean,
do it.
what do you mean he's helpless? Like, he is just...
If he fails to save, which he won't, so he should just do it to get it over with.
Alright.
Yeah.
The point is there was the chance of the 1.
Yeah, that was average actually. I needed to roll a 9 or higher.
But you yeah.
Yeah, anyway, yep. Standard action.
Also, if you
mist.
end your time end your thing if you enter or end your turn in magma, you get hurt.
What if like Kyrie's floating above it? Is he okay?
No, he's not touching you.
Okay, yeah. So I will
You want to
Whoa.
probably...
like so.
Why do we go around Catch? We can go through her.
Oh yeah.
And
You
you're
missed.
missed right now.
I missed.
You are missed.
I only get 20.
Even
foot
if you
movement,
weren't
though.
missed, you could
So
still
you-
go through her.
So,
Yeah,
so the
that's
biggest
true.
question, is the mist flammable?
No.
No, it's
It's like sawdust.
Mist, not gas.
Sword.
And then I will unmist.
It would be amusing if it's like, it's like methane he turns into.
It's vampire mist, huh?
Oh.
So now Marcus will casually and urgently suggest that he be given a way to fly.
Well, too bad you don't have Carniferia Rex, huh?
Bad form.
Carnivore Rex would not be a very big asset in here. We would have had to have gotten him in. And I don't think dragging a nightmare through the Adarium is going to be very well looked upon.
How are you gonna fly?
We just make it a very small nightmare.
We have spells. There's magic users in this.
You can also remove the thing from you. Right, so, yeah. He looks at Kyron, sort of a slight smile as her beautiful sort of feminine hands turn into these blade-like claw things of obsidian that she sort of strikes out with, seemingly with the intention to basically hit him and then force him under. Which as much seems to be just into herself, really.
So reposition him downwards into the lava.
Well, it's clearly part of her natural way of fighting.
So I'm not going to make the obvious joke here.
Good. You shouldn't.
You're better than that.
Well, Kyron feels glad he's not small.
Ouch,
Oh.
ouch.
Is that a
Crit that doesn't confirm.
Yeah. Is it a natural? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's more than
It doesn't matter.
2 hits.
12 and 12 for the normal damage and 15
15.
fire damage.
Yep.
So 24 normal, 15 fire.
Yeah.
24 normal. and
Kyron gets to make a nice save versus entrapment. And actually, you have to make both a fortitude and a reflex save.
Wait, doesn't she tries to push him? Isn't that like a push check?
No.
Okay.
No.
That is not how she
Okay.
works.
What
She's
did you
not
say?
doing
Fortitude
first.
and reflex.
A reflex to not catch on fire, and a fortitude to not be trapped.
Let's not catch on fire first.
Let me
There
have
we go.
+2. So
You remember plus
Oh,
And
you
let's
not
not
catch on
get
fire?
wrecked.
And you do not get forced under. Alright. You seem happy with where she's standing currently.
are you willing to fly?
fly up
I
here and
wonder
stab
how
her.
the cold aura of undeath would affect her. Too bad Cash can't find out because she hates being undead. She would hate being
I
Bleh.
haven't tried
You-
it.
You will get an attack of opportunity that way.
Yeah.
The question is, what is she? It's always a good question.
He's an outsider, certainly.
Ah!
Okay,
Ooh.
most certainly an outsider, okay.
Well, was that Marcus?
I'd be worried it'd be some kind of elemental, because then you go into those rules. It's like,
No, she's
Well, I'm
the
still
one we
gonna...
need to kill. The one Desitor asked us to. Off.
Surely sending her home will solve the problem.
I'm still gonna get a attack of opportunity, Manicore.
Alright, yeah. You
Maybe
get
I'm
that.
not in a hurry. It's not.
You know, she doesn't have to. I mean, that's a miss.
miss.
It's a miss.
You dodged at the last second.
Flanking.
As her sort of blades sort of hit Kyron, dig into him, they sort of liquefy again, just to explain what it looks like. Sort of, the magma dragging him down.
Is it both to attack and damage, or is it only to
Both.
attack?
The
Okay,
auras to both. Yep.
super.
Or is the both of us?
Because you need that extra 2 points of damage with this one dagger.
Roll the wheel of fortune. Can Cash hit? Nope.
Yeah, she can.
Yes.
Yes. I was thinking of it higher AC for some reason. Yeah, barely though.
That's 18. 48 damage.
48 holy adamantine damage.
Unholy
Unholy.
adamantine damage.
If you please.
Yes.
Get your facts straight, man.
And she got nothing happened.
The obsidian cut like butter with the adamantine weapon. Her natural reduction not working against it.
That's the end of cast turn.
Serious. Does he feel like making a firestorm?
Yes. It's a great idea.
Funny enough, I couldn't make a firestorm with acid.
You should take her home in a cage and have her in your room.
You know what?
I agree.
That dragon made people good and married them.
Jonas, your plane's still running.
It would be
You know
it would be a pretty good wedding, I think, when you marry her at the end.
it would
Jonas,
be
is your
pretty
plane
good.
still running? I'm very tempted to play
Easy
shift your
journey.
plane.
Instead of confetti, it would be magma rain.
Yay! Oh.
You know what? I think it's a perfect wife for Sirius.
So-
If you ever were
so
to
Jake-
get angry at her and
Jake-
you were to burn her down,
What?
she would still be alive.
Is it a free action to undo mist?
It doesn't say what kind of action it is, so
It does
just
say
because
it's
you can't
normally
undo it,
normally
right?
it's a spell. Yeah, I can undo it at will. I can become and unbecome mist at
What
will.
is it generally to dispel it a spell?
Generally, it's
To
standard.
to just like get rid of a spell that you have running. Isn't it
To
free?
spell something, it's a standard action. To end concentration, it's a free action. So
Yeah, it
I will
depends.
say
Depends on
I'm
the.
basically just being mist.
We'll say it's a free.
Okay.
Okay.
Go as Sirius.
It sort of poofs out of nothing.
yeah, I guess traditional battle opener.
No, I think you should make Marcus fly.
You think I should make him fly? Well, I can make him walk on air.
You should,
that
probably
works.
walk on air.
Sure. I'll come.
Really,
I'll
semantics.
come here. Place my hand on Marcus. Speaking my prayers, both making me both him and me able to walk on air
Excelente.
by the airwalk spell.
Muy bueno.
to answer Marcus in the chat because he's got the same name almost.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this Bridgette? Well, she is whoever Desita's superior wanted him to deal with.
Anyway, that's all I can do. Also, for a note for you, Manakai, all spells which Azurius has running currently are currently listed in his notes.